everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Come travel with me from Dhaka to Vancouver, going back after 6 long months and starting off with some food at a lounge in Dhaka airport. I was very, very excited, but also quite sad at the same time because leaving family behind is never fun. But fun fact, I had actually left my carry-on behind right here while I was waiting for the boarding, and I had to come back running from the flight to get my carry-on. But it was quite embarrassing, but I'm just glad I didn't leave it behind. Anyways, I was traveling with Cathay Pacific, and this is my seat. This was my seat. I had gotten this seat with extra leg space, which was fun, and I'm very thankful for it, of course. This was one of my last looks at Dhaka, my home, the city where I was born in and the city where my entire family resides. I will miss home so much. It was a quite sad moment, to be honest. And these are the snacks that we got in our flight from Dhaka to Hong Kong. There were some chips and some cookies and a roll, a beef or like a chicken roll of some sort. But I had slept in that flight, and when I woke up, when I was about to eat my food, somehow the air hostess took my food away from me. I was so disappointed. But finally, after 3.5 hours of flight, we landed in Hong Kong, and this was the view. It was spectacular. They have such humongous mountains, and when I say humongous, I mean it. They were huge. So I had a layover in Hong Kong for 8 hours. Unfortunately, I didn't know about it. It was my mistake because I miscalculated the transit time period. Had I known that it'd be so long, I would perhaps apply for a visa and perhaps get to go out of the airport, but sadly that didn't happen. It was a huge airport, very, very spacious, so I tried my best to roam around the airport, and alhamdulillah, pretty easily I got to spend the 8 hours all by myself. And another fun fact, I didn't know Hong Kong currency is also known as Hong Kong dollars. So when I saw these food prices, I was shocked. I thought they're in USD. So dumb. Anyways, this matcha latte was so bad. I did not expect it to be this bad. I was pretty excited to try matcha after so long, but it had such a bitter and bad aftertaste. When I still remember it, I feel nauseous. It was so bad. Let me just show you how it looks at the bottom. So bad. Please do not try matcha latte at Hong Kong. Remember me telling you the mountains were humongous? This does not do justice to what I have seen in person. I mean, even Vancouver airport is surrounded by mountains, but these ones are giants. I was constantly trying to find out which gate should I head to for my flight to Vancouver, but I landed so early that it took me almost like 4 or 5 hours of waiting to even see the posting where which gate number I should head to. But anyways, spending time, wasting time. This is inside one of the washrooms. I was also trying to look for some souvenir shops to buy fridge magnets or keychains for my friends or myself. I did end up buying 2 fridge magnets, but I don't know where I've kept them. So while killing time at the airport, I came across a free game, which is essentially the sensors in the gaming zone is able to detect your body motion, and along with that, it lets you virtually have an aerial view of some of the cities in Hong Kong, which was pretty fun. I thought it's very innovative. And finally, after 8 long hours of layover at Hong Kong, I was finally boarding the flight that would take me from Hong Kong to Vancouver, and again I got a seat with extra leg space, which was very nice. So yeah, just about to start an 11.5 hour of journey. They gave us this food menu. I initially thought we would be able to order from this menu, but I don't know what happened. They ended up giving us like 2 or 3 options only. Anyways, this was when we were about to take off. I was very, very sleepy, very tired, but woke up in time for food. I had some chicken pasta, I think some fruits. That salmon saute was very, very awful, but this ice cream was so good. I was so exhausted at this point. Our flight experienced a lot of turbulence, and at one point, I felt like I was in a bus which was, riding off a very bumpy road. It made me feel so nauseous. And I started watching The Summer I Turned Pretty on this flight. So, good series, must watch, I must say. And 3.5 hours left to Vancouver. When my iPad was dead, I started rewatching Game of Thrones. Then breakfast was served, and this scrambled eggs with mushrooms and chicken was so good. It was one of the best foods I have had in a flight. 2 more minutes to Vancouver. And after that long journey, I finally safely landed in Vancouver. Alhamdulillah, my dream city. So happy to be back. And I love everything about this city, especially the airport, because immigration crossing was so easy. And after collecting my baggage, I was finally able to breathe in the Canadian air after 6 months. And I was also greeted with flowers. And that's it. Thank you for watching the vlog.